I keep forgetting. I just saw Amir briefly pop in. But yeah, if everyone's good, so yeah, like I said, we'll just start off with a simple 4-4 breathing before we get into this bounty of information. So guys, take a nice comfortable seat. Have your spine straight, but not flexed like this. Just make it a nice neutral spine. I don't want to flex too much because we open our diaphragm and we're trying to get that diaphragmatic dome to get the most relaxation. Close your eyes, hands on your knees, wherever feels comfortable. You could fold them in your lap like this. So all we're going to do is breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold for 4. Very simple, very short, and then we'll get into the information. So just take a minute to just take a big deep breath and just sit, just really sit and feel where you are right now. Regardless of the day, regardless of what's happened or what may be happening. Just sit and let any tension that you might have in the top of your head or your neck or your shoulders. I find I do this a lot during the day. You don't realize how much tension you have until you release it, which is mad because all of that passive tension is just there until we become aware of it. So just let your shoulders feel heavy. Rock your head from side to side. I'm going to inhale for 4 in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed for a sec. Let your breath return to normal. Just noticed how even a slight change in breath can just change your centering and change your grounding. Take a nice couple of light breaths, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Amazing, guys. Nice to have you here. Welcome for those who haven't been before, and for those coming back, welcome back. I might run over a couple of things that you guys may have heard before, but I need to hammer it home because unless y'all are practicing, you need to hear it again. And I slip on my practice myself, and I do this. So yeah, so welcome. As I said, I'm going to read from my notes because I scribbled these down before, about half an hour ago. So yeah, welcome to World Breathing Day, the breath work. So I wanted to take it back to personally the reason why I started this whole journey in the first place. And it sort of goes hand in hand with the current benefits that I've seen from it as well. So the reason why I started this was because in 2019, I started having some mad anxiety attacks. Now, I meditate, I eat healthy, I exercise. all of these things that normal people go like, oh yeah, you need to do this and then you won't have panic attacks, you won't have this and that. Whatever it wasn't working. The one thing I didn't check was my breath. That was the one thing I didn't check. So I didn't know why I was having these panic attacks, but they were based around fear. And that fear of anxiety attacks could easily induce full-blown panic attacks. And for someone who's never had them before, it's a lot. If you guys have had them, I'm sure you would have experienced what the turbulence that it can cause. So I wanted to find out what the reason was that we even have the capability to have these panic attacks in the first place. What is the evolutionary reason that we have the capacity to panic? What is this for? Couldn't understand it because I wasn't in any situation that I felt like warranted this response of just feeling sick and dizziness and disassociation and whatever else. So I thought there must be an evolutionary reason for their existence. And it's basically your, as some of you guys might know, it's your fight and flight mode. Your sympathetic nervous system is just on, just full blown. So like I said, blood drains from your brain and stomach and goes to your muscles and extremities. This is why you feel dizzy, because the blood goes here and out your arms. You feel sick because you stop digesting instantly and the blood just goes everywhere else. So that's the dizziness and sick feeling. So, excuse me, once I started to understand physically why the dizziness and the sickness was there, I was like, okay, I started to get a little bit more of a grip of it, and it made it sort of not easier to deal with, but I feel like with understanding, there's no mystery to it. So I'm not lost in this, oh, I feel dizzy and I don't know why, or I feel sick and I don't know why. I had more of an understanding as to why those two things were happening. When your fight or flight mode is on full, you start breathing heavier to get as much air into your system as possible, and your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. So in a panic mode, you just want to fight or flight, right? You need as much as possible to get the hell out of there. But this is only a short-term response. This is a short term. It was never meant to be a sustainable thing. We were never meant to have this passive cortisol dripping through our system. We were never meant to have that. So if you're fighting, I keep using the analogy of a tiger. Let's go with a saber-toothed tiger. I feel like let's make it a little bit more prehistoric and a bit more scary. So if you're fighting like a tiger or something, you wouldn't notice these symptoms. You wouldn't notice the symptoms of feeling dizzy. You wouldn't notice these things because you just want to get the hell out of there. You come across a saber-toothed tiger, I promise you, if there's anybody who's going, I feel a bit dizzy, there's a knot in my stomach, they're gonna get eaten. I promise you, that is not wagwan. That's not what happens. They're gonna get eaten. So, yeah, you want to get out there, and you're grateful that your body has the capacity to enhance your get out of there mode. You wouldn't be wondering why you felt dizzy or sick. You just want to be getting out. But feeling these things when there isn't a direct danger, like there isn't a saber-toothed tiger, you might just be chilling. You might be out and about, just walking, going for a casual walk. You might see somebody you might not like, or whatever else. To experience that when there isn't the danger, that's when you notice the symptoms. That's when you go, oh, I feel sick, oh, I feel dizzy, this is an unpleasant feeling. And it goes, you start to feel fear, like, why is this here? I shouldn't be here. And that's when you ruminate over it. And not only are you feeling it, but you're judging the feeling. So you're doubling the load of this discomfort. And it's really is horrible. And I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. And this is why I have the impetus, and I'm speaking from my heart right now, because I don't want anybody to ever experience that. There is no reason why anybody should ever have to experience this. If they're fighting a tiger, I wish them all of the fight flight mode that I can muster. I'll give you mine so you can get out of there, right? But in this day, I don't want anybody to experience that. So this is really why I want to share it, where I'm at now. Okay, so as I've mentioned before, our bodies, some of you may not know this, but our bodies are saturated with 95 to 99% oxygen. So the way we breathe, our breathing techniques, or the way we breathe actually manipulates the CO2, the carbon dioxide in our bodies. It's not the oxygen. People think that we're manipulating the oxygen, but it's not, it's the carbon dioxide. When we hold our breath and all of a sudden we feel the need to breathe, that need to breathe is stimulated, or that need to breathe is triggered by a buildup of carbon dioxide, not a lack of oxygen. So one of the main reasons why people have anxiety or panic attacks is because the passive stress that they are feeling, causes this adrenaline to come through their bodies. Adrenaline means you're going into fight or flight mode, which means you're going to start breathing heavier. You start breathing, you might not notice it, it might be very subtle, but you'll mouth breathe, you'll sigh a bit more. And if you notice that when you do this, you're chucking off too much CO2, you might start getting lightheaded because your body's going into fight or flight mode. So this heavier breathing chucks away or gets rid of the carbon dioxide, so much so that your body then doesn't know what it's like to have a decent level in it. It almost becomes intolerant. Because you're chucking it away so much, your body's like, well, I don't need that. Well, we'll just get rid of it. So when there's a buildup of it, it triggers this attack. Yeah, okay. So, oh, sorry, someone else has just come into the room. So the body then associates this increase and buildup of carbon dioxide with a fear-based response, which is then an attack. It's not just a case of going, oh, okay, I need to breathe differently. Your body will then associate that with some type of attack, and that's when it becomes uncomfortable. Where are we at? Yeah. So remember that the need to inhale is caused by buildup of CO2, not a lack of oxygen. So if your tolerance to carbon dioxide is super low because you constantly breathe heavy and you're chucking away and your body doesn't recognize it, then is it any wonder why there are so many people feeling anxiety, or that they might be on the edge of anxiety, or just about to have a panic attack? Because if you're chucking this away so much, your tolerance to carbon dioxide is so low that as soon as you might hold your breath for a little bit, your body goes, I don't like this, bang, into panic mode. Then now you're feeling all of the symptoms of a full flight or fight response when you're doing nothing, and it's horrible. So what can we do about this? I've delved deep in this because I was like, there must be a way for me not to feel this, because there's no saber-toothed tiger. I don't need to feel this right now. So what I found out is that if you desensitize yourself to carbon dioxide to allow your body to accept a higher level of it, you have to do more before your body feels like it can't breathe. So if you build up your body's tolerance to carbon dioxide, you are no longer at the edge of having a panic attack. Because if a panic attack or these things are caused by an intolerance, if you create more tolerance, you'll be further away from that panic mode. So what breath work does, or breathing exercises, they acclimatize your body to be able to accept more carbon dioxide. Slow breathing in particular. Give me one sec. So slow breathing in particular, slow anything in particular, I just want you guys to take it slow. I'll explain more about that in a minute. But slow breathing in particular acclimatizes our bodies not to chuck away so much CO2. That means you're having it in your body for longer. Your body builds up this tolerance. When your body builds up the tolerance, it takes longer before you get to the mode where you feel like you can't breathe. So once you do that, and once your body acclimatizes to that level of carbon dioxide, a higher level of carbon dioxide, you reset, I think it's called, what did I write down? It resets the chemoreceptors, or the respiratory center in our brain. Once you reset the respiratory center in your brain, you don't have to worry about being on the edge of panic, because you're tolerant to it, so your body can handle more of it. So therefore, you're good. But it's almost a baptism of fire, because if you ask people who have a low tolerance to carbon dioxide, mouth breathers, or people with anxiety or asthma, if you ask them to hold their breath, it's something that's called a control pause, where you inhale, you exhale, and you hold your breath. You hold your breath on the exhale. If you can't get past 10 to 15 seconds, you have a very low tolerance of CO2. So when you ask people to do things like breath work in breathing slowly or holding their breath, it makes them, I don't like that, because it's the build up, I feel like I can't breathe, I'm going to panic. It's these feelings they don't like. However, if I had been told to do this without this knowledge, then I wouldn't have gone through it, because I tried to hold my breath, or I was trying to, I don't know whether it was I was just trying loads of stuff at one point, but I was holding my breath, and without the knowledge that increasing CO2 is actually good for me, I was like, I didn't like it. So I just got rid of breath work. I was like, I don't want to do breath work because it makes me feel uncomfortable. But it is a baptism of fire. It really is. You have to go in it. And once you're in it, you flip and it's like, your body can tolerate more carbon dioxide. You get there, it's working for you. And once you tolerate more of it, the health benefits are crazy. Did you know that oxygen, some people might know, but oxygen cannot actually be released into the bloodstream unless it's in the presence of carbon dioxide. So all of the great things that oxygen does, cleaning out our system, breaking down all of the toxins into their rudimentary elements, that doesn't happen unless oxygen is there to do it, and oxygen won't be there to do it unless it's unlocked by carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the Don. Come on, one time for CO2. Love that stuff. But it's seen as like a poison. It's not a poison. It's not a poison. So yeah, this is why I'm so hell-bent on increasing my carbon dioxide. And another little thing, I ran when Pauline was here, and went for a run with Pauline. And I hadn't been doing my breathing exercises. I hadn't been practicing increasing my levels of CO2. So when I went for a run, I was out. I couldn't keep up, literally couldn't keep up. I ran yesterday from a shoot to the train station after I've been really going hard in on these building up CO2 practices. Got there, no problem. Sprinted in heels, may I add, not proper heels, but like little Cuban heels, you know, like little Chelsea boots, got a little Cuban heel on it. Got to the station, bless, I wasn't even out of breath that much. I was like, because my body can tolerate more CO2. I was like, this stuff, this shit works. I might be getting gas, but this shit works. I have tried it time and time and again. Sometimes I practice breathing and it's great. And then the times where I fall off and I do something like that and I flop and it's bad, but it always comes around to it again. I baptize myself within the fire of discomfort. I get comfortable with discomfort to flip it. It now works in my favor. I now can manipulate my automatic nervous system. And when I take control of that automatic nervous system, more oxygen is in my body. That means it breaks down toxins. I've got higher immunity. There's so many benefits. I will rattle on about this until the time I get left in a grave. And even then I'll be like with a little straw going, CO2, mad. Anyway, so, told the run story. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is I want you guys to experience this for yourselves, okay? I want you guys to experience what it's like to have a buildup of carbon dioxide and see how that feels, see how uncomfortable that can feel, the fire, the baptism of fire. And then we're going to do something called just a short round of Wim Hof breathing, which is an opposite breath. So bellows breathing feather breathing is going to build up your CO2. This is the thing we want to focus on. But I'm going to really give you like a potent shot of it right now. This type of exercise should only be done, if you can do it forever, then you're good. But it's very intense and it will feel uncomfortable. So I want to give you guys an experience of that. And then we're going to go on to Wim Hof breathing, just one round. And Wim Hof is where you're chucking out breath. So I want you guys to see what it's like to get rid of CO2 and see how easy it is when you finish the Wim Hof breathing, because you've chucked away so much CO2, there's no longer anything in your body to build up. So you can literally not breathe for ages. Because if the thing that makes us want to breathe back in is a buildup of CO2, when you chuck it out, you don't need to breathe for a long time. So I want you guys to experience this for yourself. So feather breathing. I looked around for a feather, like I've got one. Where's that chicken I had? There's no chicken, there's no feather, mad. Okay, so what feather breathing is, and one of the stories is that samurais never used to be able to be allowed to fight unless they could show that they were breathing properly. And the way they did this was their masters would hold a feather underneath their nose. If that feather moved, that means they were breathing too hard, they weren't fit to fight. Because the perfect man breathes like he's not breathing. So the goal is to breathe like you're not breathing in this. So I want you guys to put your finger underneath your nose, not just yet, but you'll put your finger underneath your nose. Actually, no, just do it, just do a normal breath right now, right? Finger underneath your nose. Just breathe normally. You should be able to feel warm air on your nose. So what I want you guys to do, I'm gonna do this for a minute. Where's my phone? It's not around, wicked. I'll just count it. So what I want you guys to do is practice this. I want you guys to breathe and then reduce your breathing so much so that you can't feel any air on your finger. So much so that it almost feels like you're not even breathing. That's what I want it to go to. And you'll start to feel something which is called breath hunger. And breath hunger is that I need to take a gas. That breath hunger is the buildup of CO2. Do not be afraid of that. That is the baptism of fire. That is the place where once you go into it, there you will find the gems. I'm just giving you a little hit of it now so you see how it feels in a very intense period. But yeah, so we're just going to go for, we'll go for roughly a minute. Where's my little timer? Okay, cool. Sweet. So finger underneath nose and gradually reduce your breath until it feels like you're not even breathing. If it gets too much at any point, just relax. There's no right or wrong here. I just want you guys to feel the breath hunger. So when you're ready, in 3, 2, 1, off you go. As light as possible, really light, really delicate. You don't want to make one of those feathers twitch at all. Give you guys another 15 seconds on this. That could be intense. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and put your hand down. Hands up who felt that was a little bit uncomfortable. Right. It's not, it is uncomfortable. When I first did it, I was doing this, I was like 10 seconds out. Now, in a week and a half, mind you, in a week and a half, this shit doesn't even take long. This does not even take long to get good at. In a week and a half, I'm now able to sit there for a minute, 2 minutes, hardly breathing. This book I'm reading at the minute is called something, I can't remember what it's called, about pranayama. And it's about subtle breathing and reducing the breath. Now, in the East, they talk about prana and chi, right? You want to reduce that. You let off too much prana, you're letting off too much energy. It's just going everywhere. You think of those little, anything that works quicker, mice or anything that's like quick jittery, they've got a very low lifespan because they're metabolizing too quick. Their prana's going off too quick. So in essence, you retaining prana and you breathing slower is actually allowing yourself to have more longevity. You're slowing down your whole system. When you build up CO2, your veins dilate. When your veins dilate, there's less blood pressure. You feel relaxed. CO2 is our shot of relaxation right now. It's amazing. Just in that. I feel like it would have been uncomfortable. Amazing. Yeah, it does get uncomfortable. So what I'm going to do now is Wim Hof breathing, so you guys can feel the opposite. So rather than feel like you need to breathe at the end of this, you're going to feel like you might not need to breathe for a lot longer than possibly you would have before. So Wim Hof breathing, for those who haven't practiced it before, is basically you breathe in as much as you can in through the mouth as well. Normally, I would only say breathe through your nose, but for this practice, we're going to breathe in through the mouth and out through the mouth. So Wim Hof breathing is fully in. So you're taking it fully in, fully. Oh, geez, even that little bit was a bit like whoa. So you breathe fully in and then fully out. So we're gonna go for 20 rounds of this because this can get quite intense as well. But then afterwards, I want you guys to exhale and hold it and see how long you can actually hold your breath for. It's not, you don't feel like you don't feel like you're holding your breath. Just on the exhale, after the final one, exhale, hold. And just see how long you can hold it for. Just see how long it feels like you don't need to breathe for. rather. Okay, so when you guys are ready, you can also move your body for this. Like I like to, if I'm really trying to get it, I'll really expand if you want. It's up to you, depends on how deep you want to go into it. If you feel like you're going to pass out, don't worry, you're not. It's a baptism of fire, but the opposite direction. So it might feel slightly uncomfortable, and you will feel dizzy, because don't forget, all the blood is going to your extremities, right? You will feel dizzy. You won't feel sick. You'll be all right, but you will feel dizzy and slightly lightheaded. So when you're ready, I'm just going to call inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to go for 20 rounds, right? If at any point you feel like it's too much, please feel free to stop. This isn't in any way pressured at all.
This is in through the mouth, out through the mouth, right?
Say again, sorry?
This is in through the mouth, out through the mouth?
In through the mouth, out through the mouth. That's the one. So I'm just going to call inhale, exhale. So when you guys are ready, center yourself one more time. Just notice your breath for a second. Notice where it is. Is it more chest? Is it more stomach? Is it light? Is it quite heavy? Just natural breath, nothing too tricky. Hands on your knees if you feel like it. You ready? 3, 2, 1, and inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Almost there. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Deeper if you can. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale, and hold. So notice right now if you feel any tingling, any lightheadedness. You might not feel a need to breathe. If you do, that's fine. But if you don't, just hold on until you feel the need to. And whenever you do, just start breathing normally. Just watch that tingling and watch that lightness. Watch the nature of your being. Give another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe normally. How many of you felt like you could go without breathing just for a little bit longer? Hands up. That's chucking off that CO2. Depends on how hard you go in with that. Some people can really go in. Normally 3 rounds of 30 breaths in and out, and you'll find that by the end of it, you can hold breath holds for quite a while. My breath hold my maximum breath hold was like 3 minutes 48, which sounds like a lot, but some people are holding breaths for like 5, 6, 7 minutes after this stuff. If you chuck off enough CO2, there's nothing in your body to go, breathe, breathe, breathe. It's great. Obviously, after a time, it will build up again. But yeah, so that's the opposite end of the spectrum. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to focus on just slowing down our breath. We're not going to take it to a point where we're going to hold and make it uncomfortable. But I want you guys, if you do start to feel breath hunger, good. That's where I want you guys to be. Breath hunger is the place in which the baptism of fire fully lights you up, because that place is where you'll start to see the results from. So we're going to go for just a simple breath technique of in for 6, out for 6, and then hold for 3. And I want you to watch your breath on this, because a lot of people find that they might inhale too much first and then they've got nothing else. Or on the exhale, they breathe out too much and they still got another 4 seconds to go. Make your breath as smooth as you wiping your hand across a polished surface. The same from one end to the next. Smooth, silky breath. That's what I want. And then on the and then we'll hold it for 3 seconds. And then we'll do 10 rounds of that. And then we're just gonna rest and watch our breath. Then we'll do 8-8 breathing, which is in for 8 and out for 8. Same again, this slow breathing is acclimatizing and resetting our respiratory center. I'll do that for 10 rounds. And then we're gonna go into something called moon breathing. Quick session of moon breathing, and then we're gonna rest in stillness for about 5 to 10 minutes. Does that sound all right to you guys? Thumbs up if everything's cool. Wicked. So, close your eyes. Again, find your center. Let your shoulders feel heavy. Whatever you're sat on, make sure you feel rooted and really grounded in where you are. So in for 6, out for 6, hold for 3. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed, let your breath return to normal. Just watch your breath and notice how still or how heavy you feel. Notice if your breath is in your chest or deeper into your diaphragm. Notice the speed of your breath, the quality of your breath. Follow it from the inhale to the exhale and back again. Notice how light you can make your breath. How easy and effortless it can be. Easy, effortless breath. We're going to go into our next exercise, which is a simple in for 8 and out for 8. And again, I want you guys to make that breath as smooth as possible. Make it as light as possible. You have more than enough oxygen in your body. You're not going to run out. You can stretch your breath right the way from beginning to the end of 8 counts. So when you're ready, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your breath return to normal. Keep your eyes closed. Just watch your breath now and notice where it sits in your body. And with every exhale, just relax deeper. However relaxed you feel, you can always go deeper. With each exhale, surrendering, letting go. Falling into existence, knowing that you're safe. Noticing how still your body feels. And how light your breath is. And how the lightness is directly correlated to your breath to how still you feel. Know that you can change your state just by changing your breath at any moment. Resting in that stillness. Becoming that stillness. Grateful for that stillness. You are safe in that stillness. And then back to your breath, and now watch your breath, where it sits in your body, the quality of your breath, the depth of your breath. And just slow it down just a little bit. knowing that when you slow down, you increase your longevity. Knowing that when you slow down, you slow down the thought process. You give yourself space. This is your time, just for you. And when you're ready, start to wiggle fingers and toes. But if you want to stay right where you are, please stay there. Just move your head from side to side. And then bring yourself back to this world, knowing that you've done something so incredible for your body. The process of resetting the respiratory center in your brain to allow more CO2, which will then allow more oxygen, which will break down more toxins. And on the psychological level, you've given yourself space and you've broken the pattern and you've broken the cycle of incessant thoughts that seem to crowd our day-to-day. And that's free and accessible whenever you want it. Just want to give thanks to breath, or for whatever divine entity guided me towards this place in which I've received so many gifts, in which I'm so blessed to be able to share with all you guys. Thank you so much for just showing up here for yourselves, because it's a beautiful thing. It really is. It really is. No one needs to suffer. No one needs to suffer. So give yourselves a pat on the back for showing up for yourselves, because that's a damn good thing too. There you go. My man's got it. I just saw Sean's message. He's at 5 minutes on the Wim Hof breathing. Brother, some good diaphragm right there. Some good diaphragm. I know Cece's getting up there with the Wim Hof stuff too. Are there any questions about, does anyone want to say anything about how they felt, or if there's any questions about any of the information, please feel free to ask, and I'll do my best. I'll leave the floor wide open, but if there's nothing, that means my notes were thorough, and I'm happy about that. All right, cool, that's blessed. Amazing, guys. As I've said before, if you have, if anybody, blessings, Sean, blessings, brother. If anybody has any, questions or do think of something later on, then please feel free to message me, and I will get back to you in time, Brandy. I know I'm coming back to you next week as well, because Brandy has some questions that I want to get my teeth sunk into. But until then, guys, I'm gonna leave you with your beautiful, thank you, Scarlett, beautiful Sunday, and happy World Breath Day. Who knew? Not me, that's for damn sure. Okay, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Is there someone speaking? I heard something. Kim? Got you, man. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Blessings, and I'll see y'all soon.